episode 42 of Anime and Us. I'm TJ.
And I'm Shawn.
And this is the review show that reviews anime from A to Z. Sort of.
So last episode we got Joker Game.
No, we didn't.
Well, eventually we got Joker Game.
I chose Joker Game.
Well, because it landed on your choice.
And my pick.
And your pick, which is bullshit.
It's not my fault.
You get that way more often.
I don't know why the wheel hates you so much.
Way more often. I feel like once you get it, it should be deleted until I get one.
Okay.
But we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that. This is outside rules that don't need to be discussed right now.
Too late. I don't care. Joker Game is a Japanese novel series written by Koji Yanagi. Inspired a live-action film. Didn't know that. I also didn't know it was a novel.
I looked into it a little bit. I found that out.
Yeah. And then an anime series which aired in 2016. And that's it on the wiki. There's no other information unless you specifically go to the novel and look at it. Usually, when I type in a wiki thing like Joker Game and I look it up, it's usually like a paragraph or two I could pick and choose and read off of. This was like 3 sentences.
Well, I mean, and the movie that I saw was another Japanese-made movie, so, you know, it was made in Japan. And
yeah, I figured it would be.
So, it doesn't have a...
But it's got to be fairly new because the novel came out in, like, I think 2008.
Well, wasn't this 2016?
The anime was 2016 and the live action was before it. So, somewhere between 2008 and 2016, the live action came out. So, it's not super old. It might be pretty good.
No, you can tell by the art and stuff that it's not really that old.
Yeah.
So, I'm torn on this one.
It kept my interest, and I watched every episode, but I didn't like it.
No? I don't know how I feel about it, because it's very episodic.
Oh, to a stupid degree.
But
every episode, so except for two episodes in the 12 season, so in 8 episodes, it's a single episode.
The
episodic.
First 2 and the last 2.
Yeah, the first 2 and the last 2. Everything else is a micro story about one of the assassin spies.
Before we get into
not
it,
assassin spy.
Before we get into this premise,
whatever. A spy agency is competing against another spy agency, but you don't figure out about the second spy agency until much later in the show.
Essentially, Japan created their own spy agency
in like 1937 or 39.
Yeah, and it's just about spies and their things.
Yes, all right, so there's the premise. Anyway, so the 8 episodes that aren't conjoined to any other episode, most of them are the backstory of a specific spy, because there's 8 spies in the agency.
Not backstory.
Well, not necessarily backstory.
Their
mission. It follows their mission.
Yes.
But it's only a piece of their mission.
Yeah, true.
And that is so annoying.
But at the same time, the stories in those episodes were really good.
It was okay.
I like the stories.
But that is definitely, it was good. That's what kept my interest.
Right.
But once I watched the episode for 5 or 10 minutes, I was like, oh, cool, I want to see more.
Right.
And then you come to the completion, I'm like, all right, what's the next episode? And it has nothing to do with the last one that I was just really in.
My biggest problem with this is all the characters are drawn too similarly, and I had no idea who anyone was.
Oh, that was impossible.
I
100% impossible.
I could not tell anybody apart, so I had no idea which spy was which spy.
You know what, TJ? That's really insensitive. All Japanese people do not look the same.
Yes, they do.
That's so racist.
Just like all white people look the same.
They do not. Look at me, look at you.
Yeah, I know. You look just like me. Except I have hair and you don't.
We look nothing alike besides that.
You're the one being insensitive. Insensitive.
But yeah, I mean, that's such a huge issue. You can't keep track of the different characters because they're all very similar.
Yeah, you can't tell them apart. I couldn't tell who was who.
And the episodic nature of it, it's not even like, okay, one episode is mission beginning to end. It's a piece of their mission, typically towards the end of it.
And the worst part is, they all use different names and different things.
Yeah, because they're spies, so they're not even using the original name that they gave at the beginning of the
So
show.
you have no idea who it is.
So in the very beginning, the first 2 episodes, you're introduced to I forget his name, but some guy that is from the army that is coming in to sort of feed back what's happening at the agency to the rest of the army, but he's like one of those good doers that won't do that. I don't believe in that, but in his report that he's going to submit at some point is obviously going to have all the juice that they want because he's a good do-gooder that's going to put it in, and that's just what he does. So in the beginning of those first 2 episodes, it could have been interesting if they took him and trained him to be a spy.
Yes, but
that could have been really cool.
I remember you saying after the first 2 episodes,
go ahead.
That this guy, his storyline is going to be lame. He's not going to change.
And he never came back until the very end.
It was like, well, they do that, so I guess that's something.
The reason why I thought that was because his personality was so straightforward, whereas the spies were spies. We do crazy shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'll commit seppuku in front of everyone because it's my honor.
I like how killing yourself and murdering people is more honorable than,
Well, D-Agency as a rule never kill.
Well, but my point is, his point of view was killing people and killing yourself is more honorable a way than
being sneaky.
Than being sneaky, yeah. I was like, okay, strange morals.
Traditional.
That was Japanese culture, but still,
it's an odd thing to believe.
In this day and age, it's like...
it's almost unrecognizable in 2019.
But I mean, I guess it was still left over from samurai eras and stuff like that.
Because, that was the very super tail end.
Because apparently, I don't know if it's true or not, though, this was the first Japanese spy agency?
I don't know either. I think this is completely fiction, and they even sort of say that in almost, I think, every episode. They say this is a work of fiction, no connection to anything.
I'm sure there were spies before.
I don't know about in Japan, though.
No, I'm sure they had, like
around this period, which is why they might have made this, might have been the first time that real spies.
Real agency spies.
Yeah, not just government, one guy from one family trying to figure something out about another family.
Like, I'm sure back in samurai days, they sent people to spy and do something like that. It's just, this is like the first government-sanctioned spy organization kind of thing.
That might be true. Right around that time period, anyway. Like we said, this is a work of fiction.
Right. Because, all these characters, similar voices and stuff like that, is a work of fiction.
Yeah, they're very clear about saying that in every episode in the beginning, and I'll tell you why. Wow. Japan does not talk about the horrors that they committed in World War II and before, ever. They're not taught it in school. There's multiple sources on this. This isn't some biased opinion. I like Japan. They never talk about it, and there's also quite a few videos online of, like, a foreigner coming in and visiting, like, a shrine or something of, like, a memorial of some war thing. And it's, if you read, like, the plaques, it's like, yeah, we were super honorable and justice and this and that. And he's like, no, you guys were f***ing terrible. This didn't happen. You murdered people. The POWs from America were constantly being tortured and not fed. And then when that would happen in all these different videos of different people doing something similar to that, there's always, like, a mob of Japanese people, like, cursing and screaming and hitting him and pushing him out and getting him away. They don't want to talk about it.
Well, that's their conservative nature.
Yeah.
I mean, and to be fair, I believe Germany's the same way about Nazis.
For the most part. I have heard quite a few people talk on, like, Reddit and stuff, just talking around. You know what I mean? Who knows? It might be true.
Well,
might be not.
I know they...
Of them saying that they do teach, like, look, this is what happened, and it's bad, and we don't want this to happen again.
But, like, I know they don't allow Nazis...
Yeah, it's illegal. It's also illegal, and I think, like, Britain and stuff.
Like, for instance, the South Park video game had a part with Nazis in it. They took all the Nazis out for the Germany release.
Yeah, there's a YouTuber, and it was either UK or Britain, or one of those European countries, where he's a YouTuber, and he had his dog dressed up as a Nazi and did the Nazi salute in a YouTube video. Clearly satirical. Clearly not something he actually believes in. He was put in jail.
It makes sense, because I don't know why we're awful in different laws.
We're talking mainly about countries
but
similar to Japan that are not truthful
Did you know in the
about history.
Did you know in the UK that you're not allowed to use footage of their parliament speaking in any comedy skits?
Really?
Yeah. So, you know who John Oliver is?
Yeah. I really liked him for a long time.
Well, he does his videos every week on HBO, and anytime he brings up the UK and uses Parliament videos, they black it out in the UK.
Wow.
Yeah, so he puts these ridiculous sketches in that spot, stupid 6-minute sketches, and say, it's your fault for doing this. So now you have to listen to Gilbert Godfrey read stuff like that.
I really like him a lot. Just the left leaning.
Yeah, well,
kills me.
That's because you're conservative.
Well, so up until, and this is really not something we should talk about in a review of a certain
No.
But up until the 2016 election, Trump and Hillary, I loved Oliver. Everything he breaks down is super, super in-depth and great. It brings a lot of truth to a lot of different issues that I appreciate. And I even agree with a lot of the stances he takes.
Right.
But up until that election, that whole 2016 year, every episode that he released was hate this, hate that, all those right-wingers are crazy. And then he never once at all ever acknowledged any of the crazy stuff on the left that was happening. And there was plenty to pick from and make fun of.
Actually, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't. I watched it.
Not nearly as enough.
I watched it. He never once brought up any anti-Hillary stuff.
Yes, he did. There's a whole episode of every candidate of him. He broke down Trump. He broke down Clinton. He broke down Jill Stein. He broke down the libertarian guy. I don't remember his name.
He's a right-winger. So I forget whatever his name is. But it's irrelevant. That's not really. We're talking about the left versus the right and his bias. So he's talking about right-wing people. Doesn't matter.
Right, but
that confirms me.
But yeah, I'm just saying, he has broken down their flaws and everything, and he said, go make your own choice and stuff like that. But he fairly admits
maybe in one episode. Maybe I stopped watching before that one aired because it was so overwhelmingly obvious that he wants one person to be elected.
He just didn't want Trump to be elected.
No, I firmly believe he just didn't want that, but wholeheartedly wanted Hillary.
No, because he's afterwards.
Afterwards it's easy to do whatever you want.
Well, he wanted her over Trump, and when you support your own candidate, that's what you're gonna do.
That's something.
Like you hated Hillary, right? You would have gone out of your way to support Trump and
not out of my way.
But
I've always knocked him down when he.
All right, this is not a political podcast. I'm sorry about this.
Look, we're 11 minutes in, and I think 4 or 5 minutes was about politics. It was needed because there's not much to say else about this anime.
Right, I know. But if we're going to talk on a rant, let's talk about something anime related, please.
It was a tangent, but it connected to anime.
Yeah.
It did. It started about anime, and then it started about, because it's a historical anime, and then it connected because Japan doesn't really recognize.
All right, well, let's at least go back to Japan.
And then it went to other countries and not recognizing their horrors, and somehow got connected to Trump and Hillary.
Let's just state this for the record. He's a moderate conservative. I'm a moderate, I guess. Moderate liberal, I guess you want to call it.
Yeah.
So, just so people understand.
I believe in the First and Second Amendment.
Okay.
Firmly.
We're done.
You continued it.
We're done. I just wanted to point out our views on either side. It's a good thing this video is not going to come out to 2021, so everything will be way over by then.
Which will be funny. Anyway, so there's not much else to say about this.
No, that's why
we said it all. Honestly, in the first 5 or 6 minutes, we said it all. It's fairly easy to watch once you get a few minutes in each episode, but you have to get a few minutes in each episode because they're all their own episode that have almost nothing to do with any other episodes.
There's single spy stories with 2 bookend story marks.
Parts of single spy stories, which is my problem. Right. If you're going to show an entire spy story about one character and his mission, sure. And then you could even have an overarching plot where all those different spies, because there's like 8 of them, I think, converge to bring enough information to 1-2 episode or 1 episode ending story arc. That would have been fantastic.
I think the overarching story was just how the spy agencies work and stuff.
Stupid.
I know. But, I mean, there was one interesting one where one of the spies actually dies in a train crash.
Yeah.
And, he hid his information on his body, and the head of the agency had to come and get it. And it was an interesting take. And it's Nazis are happening, Imperial Japan's going on. So
and by the way, it very much seems like, and I may be wrong about this, well, I'm right about the fact that Japan and Germany were allies. But I might be wrong about before the war whether or not Japan was looking into Germany. Because in this anime series, season, whatever, most of the spying is done on Germany. Even if they're in other countries, they're spying on German officers and some Russian stuff. But especially the last part, they were German.
They show them spying on Germany a lot, but they do mention that they're spying on all the nations.
Yeah, but you're supposed to be allied with Germany.
Yeah, well, they were at the time of the spying. They say they were allies with Germany.
I don't know, but that's interesting. Maybe they did do that.
I mean, it's very possible that they kind of just say we're whitewashing it a little bit here and saying
just doing what we want.
Yeah, this is how we perceived it to happen.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I am defending it because I believe they did mention
maybe
that.
But if they didn't do it in real history, and then the anime show is portraying it as if they did, even though they're saying it's work of fiction, that's kind of wrong.
I mean, not necessarily. It's almost like
you're almost trying to bend history to fit the narrative that you were the good guy.
Well, at the same time, you can change. It's interesting to change it. What if Japan and Germany were the
like
good
I
guys?
said, to their credit, they said it's a work of fiction.
Yeah.
They're not lying.
I mean, it would be interesting to have a story where Japan and Germany were the good guys and everyone else was committing the atrocities.
I don't think it would be a good story.
It'd be an interesting story.
Maybe.
That's what I mean. It'd be interesting.
Yeah, it could be.
Who knows? Someone should write that story because I'm not doing it.
God. Can you imagine how much help this South Americans would be? Anyway.
It might be worth it just to do it.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, I gotta put it around a 5.
Yeah, the 5.
It did keep my interest, and I was very watchable, but man, did I not enjoy it.
I did not have the... I was lost.
I want overarching... Yeah, I was definitely lost. I want overarching plot, and there was zero of that.
I was lost, but I was intrigued enough by the story and the setting that I was I was okay with it.
Oh, and then there's that one piece at the end. I almost forgot to bring this up. Where the leader of the agency is like, you know why women aren't spies? Because they kill too much.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, wow, that's sexist as shit.
Well, Japan is kind of sexist.
Oh yeah, sure, especially then.
So even
even now, but especially then.
especially then, yeah. Because women kill with poisons and they're backstabbers and stuff like that. But that's a common trope throughout anything.
I guess.
They say poison's a women's weapon, so it's like...
Well, that's more, at least based in biology, because it's easier for a man to kill a muscle.
Yeah, no, I got you. But it's still sexist as hell.
Maybe. Anyway, I'm giving it about a 5. I don't think it's worth a watch.
No, I mean, but to be fair, I'd rather watch this than Koikase.
Any day of the week, I will watch just 24 hours a day with toothpicks holding my eyelids open happily, just to keep myself from having to watch Koikase.
Yeah.
I think I'm giving it a 6 now.
Compared to the last KA one, this is a masterpiece.
Oh my god.
Yeah. We were so disappointed that there wasn't a second season to Koikase.
I wouldn't have watched it. I probably would have... and I've never done this, but I probably would have went online and read some, reviews and just pieced that together and called it my own work. Because I don't want to watch child molestation. I don't.
I don't blame you. But, yeah. So, yeah, 5, 6.
Yeah, 5, 6. Yeah. Look, the tangent we had about politics made the podcast almost 20 minutes.
Almost.
We got 2 minutes left. Let's see if we can stretch it.
We usually have one short ones like this. We've been doing a lot of short ones recently, though.
That we kind of stretch out.
Yeah, but it's because...
Well, I know we've been getting 12, 13 episode ones lately.
Well, not only that, I mean, the last one that we could have gone in depth was Ghost in the Shell, but you didn't like it, so I kind of had to do that one by myself.
Yeah, I was not a fan.
So, there hasn't been one that we really both liked a lot, or one that we hated so much that we needed an hour to rant about it.
Thank God. Because they're so hard to watch.
Would it be on K?
We're on K.
What did we get for K last time? No.
Oh, wait, Joker Game. We didn't get Koikase for Joker Game. What was J? K was Koikase.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
I just deleted it because I didn't put it in the wheel. So what was J?
Oh, Jubi-chan.
Jubi-chan. Jubi-chan. There was a second season of that.
Oh, yeah,
I'm happy we didn't get it.
Okay. Okay, so we're sorry. Statement still stands.
Statement still stands. Don't want to. I would still watch this over Koikase.
Yeah. So Joker Game or Jubi-chan?
Joker Game.
Yeah, Joker Game. That's better than Jubi-chan
easily.
And I'm gonna just say this right now. Whatever we get on K is gonna be better than Koikase.
Easily. I don't give a shit if it's 150 episodes. I'm gonna watch all of it.
Even if it's Kirby.
Better. Kirby. Oh yeah, there's a season of Kirby. Don't give me that. Can Cole Kantai Collection. Oh my god, it's so close to Hentai Collection. Let's look at that. Can Cole
Kantai Collection, huh? Kane.
It's only 12 episodes. That's not so bad. With the seas under constant threat from the hostile
Abyssal Fleet.
What the fuck is Abyssal?
The Abyss. It's...
I know what the Abyss is. I didn't know Abyssal was a word.
Yes.
I guess I'm an idiot.
That's what
A specialized naval base is established to counter them. Rather than standard naval weaponry, however, the base is armed with Kan-Usu, girls who harbor the spirits of Japanese warships, possessing the ability to don weaponized gear that allows them to harness the powerful souls within themselves. Oh my god, this is gonna be so stupid.
It's starting to...
the Japanese girls harness warship souls.
I'm getting flashbacks to 801.
But it's 12 episodes.
Well, 801 was only 7. And
man.
That was still one of the worst ones we've ever seen.
Kabuki, a young destroyer type Kanmusu, joins the base as a new recruit. Unfortunately for her, despite her inexperienced and timid nature, she is assigned to the famous 3rd Torpedo Squadron and quickly thrust to the heat of battle.
I'm sure
when she is rescued from near annihilation, the rookie warship resolves to become as strong as the one who saved her.
I'm sure there are torpedoes that thrust.
I don't know if there's any guys. This looks like an all-girl cast, at least in the thumbnail that's provided.
Yeah, but who
usually
knows?
it's like it's a harem where it's a guy that's thrust into that setting.
Well,
with
that's
all the women.
true, but who knows? One of those might be a
genre.
guy.
Well, wait, genre: action, military school, sci-fi, slice of life. So it doesn't say
harem,
ichi or harem or.
Is that what ichi is?
Ichi is like panty flashing and fan service.
Oh, I don't know what half the Japanese.
Well, action, military.
Well, no, I know all those ones because
they're probably young and in school. Sci-fi, they're in space. They're
all English. Those ones, so I know what they are. But the Japanese ones, I have no idea what any of them mean.
Oh, that's fair.
So, there's tags for them. Shonen's the only one I know because of...
We've talked about it.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z and all that.
Yeah, but there's, other ones that I have no idea.
Yuri.
Yeah, Yuri and... Yao.
Oh my god, Yao is gay.
Is it?
It's dudes
I
each
have
other.
no idea.
Yuri's lesbian. Oh Christ, that's hilarious. Why do I know that? End of the podcast. Have a great day, guys. Next week.
That was abrupt.
Can Cole. Can Tie Collection.
All right. Bye.